And welcome in everybody to my art stream. Third one in a row. Third one working on the exact same drawing too. So yesterday, we worked on our art raffle drawing for Prime Zero. Fuck, I keep on trying to say Prime Video. We're working on his drawing for him. And today we're hopefully going to finish it. I say hopefully because, well, I am starting, I think, at least 30 minutes earlier. Did that happen? I do have more of a hard cut off of 8 because I've been watching the basketball game with my own Team Thunder and stuff. And they have a game tonight. I want to watch that. So, yeah. our cutoff. Is 8. The game starts at 7:30, but I have it recorded, so I'll get off here by 8 so I can skip ads and shit when they pop up. Okay, without all that being said though, before we fully get in, I saw my friend SwiftyGoth showed up. I saw they also put the emotes work and lurk. Is that a new one? Nope, okay. Work and lurk, and they're just lurking, so hi. I hope work is going well for you. And let me get you a shout out. SwiftyGoth, and then get you both of those. I'm sure you're following my friend SwiftyGoth. She does DJ streams, and in those DJ streams, sometimes she's drawing, making games, playing games, and or working on her stream stuff. So it's always a good time over there. And we usually do collab art stream every first month of the Saturday, but the last few months we've missed. Which, luckily for me, next month it's just a whole nothing but art stream, so maybe we can make up for it next month. But anyway, and you can tell I have a different playlist playing in the background because last stream there's a bit of it that got fucking muted. And I'm calling bullshit on that mute, by the way, because I actually looked into it, and it's like, A, I am 90% sure whoever the fuck that is, it's not their song. And B, I went and listened to that song. A, I know that's a fucking Sonic song that they're ripping from. And second, even then, it sounds pretty different from what I know I played on stream, because I blew my ears out listening to it. But whatever, I don't feel like dealing with that shit, so I just made up my own little playlist here. So I got all the Sonic Unleashed day and night stages playing in the background now, and when that's over, I'll just make sure it switches to Mania's stages themes, or Mania's OST, because I know those two should not give me shit. Hopefully, I don't know, we'll find out. Let's get the art stream, camera, and let's get started. Hope everyone's having a good day, by the way. No, I believe it's Monday, right? It's Monday or Tuesday? Monday. So, sorry to work week. Now, I know maybe some of y'all are still at work or just getting off of work. I hope your work days are going well for you. So you can see right away, we are almost done with this drawing. There's not much. Really the only color left is blue, and then the eye color is pink. So yeah. I know we're not supposed to color the midsection blue, because he asked me not to do that, so we're not gonna do that. Which sounds good to me. So, really it's just her arms, hands, tail, and legs. We got color blue. So yeah, that's our goal for today. And let's get to work. And the gun has a small little spot we need to detail out. Shade. Alright. Let's do the fingers. Also, if you remember, if you were here last stream, my phone that I use as a camera kept on turning off, so I kept on turning the webcam off. I did exit out of the program and exit back into the program before stream, had it off that program for a few minutes. So hopefully this stream, it will not do that again. It'll actually do what it's supposed to do and stay on the entire time. If it does go off again though, what I'll do is, and this will be a huge time sink, but I will just turn off my phone completely and turn it back on, and then go into the program. The problem why that's going to be a time sink is because my phone is really slow when it first comes back on, so it's going to be a few minutes. So hopefully that doesn't happen, I won't have to do that. Hello, Prang. We just started, and we are working on your drawing. Hopefully today we should be able to get it done tonight. Today night. Yep. I got a Dr. Pepper over here. I am a big pop drinker. Or soda drinker, or soda pop, or wherever the fuck you say it in the part of America you're in. If you're in America. Isn't that weird how, depending on where you live in America, you just call pop something different? Like, I believe in, like, I know in the South, where I live, everyone pretty much calls it pops here. I think in more northwest regions, they call it soda. And then there's just some random spot in America where they just gotta be different and call it soda pop. I always just find that very interesting, though, how words change, or they use different meanings, or just say completely different things to get the same meaning across. Like the word y'all, like that's pretty much a southern saying, where the rest of the country, they don't really say that. God, I love Sonic Unleashed music. Gonna need to outline that hand a bit more. Thanks for the shouty. No problem, Sootikop. I'm just lurking as usual this time of day. Hey, yeah. Hey, at least you only have 2.5 hours left. And then you're off. Woohoo! And thank you, Prime, for collecting your daily fire. And I don't think I mentioned it to Swifty, but thank you for collecting your daily bit of fire as well. I didn't empty this very well. I emptied my sharpener before I started streaming, but I didn't get all of it. I just noticed that now. I like this sharpener I have. It's really easy to use. And serves my pencils pretty well. I'll show it when I get the sharpen stuff out. But it is kind of a pain in the ass to get the lead out when you need to empty it. It's this little guy. And the only problem is, this is where you take the lead out and it'll just get stuck back there and I have to kind of wiggle it out. But otherwise, it works really well. Like, it sharpens things really nicely. It's looking well good. I'm glad you're liking the drawing. Like I said, she should be done today. So my day's been pretty good today. I again slept in a little bit because I'm at that thing of having a hard time sleeping at night again, but woke up and actually did something I haven't done in forever. Read a book. I got the Scott Pilgrim whole book set a few years ago. I've been very slowly reading through it. Made a pretty big chunk in it though today. It was nice sitting on my porch and stuff, which it was nice, but it was fucking hot outside. Shut up, Spam. It was fucking hot outside today. Fuck it, we'll just... Another spot we'll have to outline to make sure it's seeable. We'll say, Prime, because you mentioned you're gonna, if you ever have anyone draw this character again, you would have the... Yeah, have like the muzzle and stuff be white. Another thing you can do, just as an example, is just have the muzzle be a lighter shade of blue. Which is something I just didn't think of till it's way too late. Yeah. Like white would work, or light blue would also work, and I think like in my artistic opinion, light blue would work a little bit better since there's not really any other spot that's white. Well, it's just also something I just didn't think about until I was already coloring. Like, oh, wait a minute. There's a lot of spots that are blue here. But like I said, yesterday and stuff, there are very easy fixes to get to look right on this drawing, and or drew this character again, or stuff. Different ways I know how to get it to be fixed. Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned I was reading Scott Pilgrim today. Something I really like about Scott Pilgrim, the book series, and how they're written, is a lot of the characters, especially the main character, Scott, you really think about it and really pay attention, are unlikable douchebags. Like, they are just assholes. Especially Scott. But Brian Lee O'Malley is able to write them to where they are still likable individuals. And I think that's really cool, since I think a lot of writers try to do that, of writing a unlikable character, but you still like them, and fail miserably at it. To where no, they're just fucking unlikable, and I hate them being on screen every second. I can't think of one on top of my head, but you know, part of the reason why I'm reading the books is because I really want to watch the Netflix series. But I made a goal myself of I'm not gonna read or watch the show until I read the books. Well, did you not sleep well last night? Because I know, because that would be my reason for slowly falling asleep. Or have a long day. Couldn't sleep well? Nah, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Yeah. I almost never sleep well at night. I have this weird anxiety. I guess it's my anxiety or something, where when I'm trying to fall asleep, I feel like there's either a giant pressure in my head, or I feel like I can't breathe, and it makes me jerk awake and get panicky, to where then my adrenaline goes up, and I just can't sleep for the next 2 to 3 hours. It sucks. Yeah. Like I said, like if you ever bring this character in again, I'll just remember to do that. To like color in different shade and spots. Or as again, because all I have to do is just outline her more in certain spots, make the outline of certain spots more thicker or more noticeable, and it'll be just fine. And you have a pretty good chance of winning another raffle from me, since well, hell, I just have a thing where if I hit my 20 sub goal in the month, I will be doing an art raffle there, and I usually do an art raffle every milestone I hit. So the next like actual plan one is if I hit 200. I just ain't really followers here on Twitch. I just ain't really promoting that because we're not even 125 followers in. If I get closer to like, let's say 150 or 175, then I'll be more promoting that goal. Yeah. It may be a slight nostalgia talking since, you know, Unleash is my first ever Sonic game I played. But man, the music team cooked with this game so hard. Yeah, they did. Yep, I can agree to that. Mm. You almost got the both hands done, actually. That's good. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I know I said this a few times, but I'm just saying again. Really, there's only just a few spots I'll need to just go over again with my ink pen to make them more noticeable. Go. Just working on the tail now. Getting a first layer down on it. Then after the tail, all that's left is our legs and that small blue part in the gun, and we're done with the blue. Yeah, I've been last few streams talking about this burnishing technique. You've seen me, or layering. Again, keep on forgetting which one to switch. Funny enough, Swifty got off the. You might saw her earlier in chat. Is the one that taught me that technique. So big shout out for Swifty guy for teaching me that, because it has really helped my art look better. Yeah. I'm glad to see you like that Spider-Man emote. I thought it was funny when I saw it. That's another thing you can actually thank Siftiga for, because she's the one that sent me the link to this website that has just a bunch of free emotes you can use, and that's where I got that one, the Sonic dancing one, and the Scott Pilgrim punching emote. There's a bunch of other ones there. I just got the ones I liked the most. And so kind of fit the theme of this channel. Or at least ones I know I can... Because like the Sonic and Spider-Man... I mentioned Spider-Man one last stream, but they're kind of like baseline ones for now. Because, like I mentioned, I wanted to make the Spider-Man emote when I have extra money. Commission someone to just make it my Spider-Sona doing the pointing emote. I want to do the same thing with the Sonic dancing emote, to where it's just my Sonic OC doing that little dance. Because I just think that would be really cool. I also still remember seeing like there's a Fallout thumbs up guy. I could get his emote. I've been kind of thinking about maybe going back and getting that one too. Because I am a big Fallout fan. Fallout 3 is actually one of my favorite games of all time. I love that game. Be cool to see? Okay, yeah, then I'll definitely put that on the priority list of stuff to do. Maybe for that one, if and when I actually start playing the Fallout, it's more of a win when I start playing the Fallout games. Just get a commission of the whatever where we make my Fallout character look like. Just get a drawing of him doing the thumbs up. I remember the exact level this plays in, by the way. The song. It's the ice level, basically, in Sonic Unleashed. I remember doing that level over and over again. Just to get a good run. I think I was trying to go for an S rank or something. Or no, I was trying to get one of the medals. I just kept on missing it. God, that game's so much fun. Those are pretty hard. I honestly wouldn't recommend Unleashed as someone's first Sonic game, because that game can be pretty challenging at points. I mean, again, it was my first Sonic game and I loved it, but I also I've actually never beat that game. I've gotten all the way up to the final boss and I've never beaten the final boss. Fuck no. I know a lot of people started with Adventure 2 and like get on them, but like nowadays, fuck no. I wouldn't recommend Adventure 2. I recommend Adventure 1 because yeah, there's a bunch of aged elements and stuff and individuals especially, but gameplay wise, it is way more or less frustrating and fun. Hell, the worst elements of Sonic Adventure is like arguably the aiming or big levels, and like there's like what, 3 levels of aiming, and big, all his levels are over in like 5 minutes because the frog is always like right next to him. Now, if we're actually seriously talking about people's first Sonic game, I would say it would be either Adventure 1. Funny enough, Generations, you know, that's a celebration of Sonic games. It's actually a really good starting off point, I would say. It has a nice difficulty curve, and probably Sonic 2 and Frontiers, I would say, is another really good first Sonic game for people to play. Big the Cat, I wonder where it is. I should fish, okay. You know, I can actually see Big the Cat doing that. Because he's just an idiot. Also, are any inspiring streamers out there, or people that are just starting streaming? Get Saribot. It is such a nice thing that relieves you of headaches. Because the last 3 or 4 streams, if you might not even notice, I've been getting people showing up saying buy views tier link crap, and Saribot just bans those fuckers immediately. And deletes their message, so it's a nice thing to just have. I bring it up because it just happened now. Because Saribot's here, I can just was able to just continue the conversation and not even have to worry about it. Where if I didn't have Saribot, I would have to put everything on hold, delete that fucker, bot, and then go back to what we were talking about. And also, I'm not very technology literate. Like, I'm pretty dumb when it comes to my computer and stuff. And like Saribot is like really easy to set up, so don't let that discourage you if you're like me and not really good with certain bits of technology. That's a cute emote. Okay, we're almost done with her tail. Yeah, this this song gives me a lot of Mulan vibes. Which, fun fact, Mulan is actually my brother's favorite Disney movie, which I find interesting. Like, that is like one of his few movies he will actually watch no matter what. And it's like, hey, no judgment, but Mulan is actually is a really good movie. Oh no, I don't think he's ever even seen the live action version. And he'd probably be on my boat of hating that fucking live action one too. Look, I'll say this right now. 95% of all live action remakes suck. I don't give a shit how many people are praising that How to Train Your Dragon one. I definitely, at the very least, ain't going to go in theaters to see that movie. And it's because it's a fucking shot-for-shot remake. And I can't stand that. You know, because if it was anything else, if it wasn't an animated fucking movie, everyone, I guarantee you, would not be wanting to watch How to Train Your Dragon. Because they'd be saying, it's the exact same story. Why would we want to watch this? That's what they did with Psycho. And any other movie that is a shot-for-shot remake. But because it's anime, oh, that's too kiddie for us. So yes, let's retell it in live action to make it more real or adult or meh. What even annoys me even further is when they actually do try and tell a little bit of a different story. They make the dumbest fucking changes that just hurt or ruin or either hurt or make the story just worse. Or you do nothing or just make the story worse, like Beauty and the Beast. Like, there's only one actually good change in the movie, and all the other ones are either just stupid or make some more plot holes. Or like, the only good remakes, I'll say this right now, are Maleficent, Cruella, and Cinderella. Those are the only good ones. And it's because those are the only ones that actually bother to tell a different story and go all out with it. Like, Maleficent and Cruella are just villain's point of view, and what if the villain isn't an asshole, basically. But you know what? It's a different story. So I give it credit for at least that. And the actual different story, in my opinion, isn't that bad. Both of them are pretty good stories on their own right. You can still criticize them for not being the villain story, because neither of them are villains. At best, they're anti-heroes. I'm sorry, it even annoys me more when they get the original actors from the, like, anime movies who show up in the remakes. That just annoys me more, because now there's even less fucking reason to watch it. Like, I'm not even getting a different actor playing this character. What the fuck is the point? The only reason is you could do because... Hell, just release the original movie. Just re-release the original in theaters. And fine, I'll go rewatch it. Can we just make that deal? Just do what you did with, like, The Lion King 30 years ago, and just for no reason or other, but for money, re-release it in theaters, and I'll go watch it. There you go. Yeah. I mean, they can't hate it too much because they're getting a paycheck, but... I don't know, I just think it's really disrespectful, especially in animation as a medium, because animation always gets shit on in America for, oh, it's just for kids, and shit like that. Like, even when we're at the Oscars, where we're supposed to be celebrating all movies, whoever's up there giving an award for the best animation half the time is saying, these movies are always great for our kids. Like, they're just for kids. And yeah, yep, all animation's just for kids. Yeah, okay, what's the most weird-ass movie I can pull? Oh, Dan to Dan? Yep, that's show for kids. Yep, that's for kids, alright. Or Hell of a Boss? Hazbin Hotel, yep. Let the kids just watch that, because all animations are for kids, right? Dumbasses. I know technically none of those are animated movies, but you see my point. I got triggered with that live action response, didn't I? I just went on a rant. Somewhat sorry about that, but... I mean, I also, like, kind of going on the live-action tangent a bit. I never watched that Mufasa movie, nor do I plan on ever doing so. But again, I'll at least give that movie credit. It's telling a different story. In the most ugly way possible, because that live-action remake, A, isn't live-action, they're all CGI creatures. It's just a ground that's live-action. And second, the lions look ugly, okay? They look ugly. And so does Toothless in the live-action remake. He doesn't look nearly as good as he does in the animated original. I saw a back-to-back image. I think the problem is, because they're trying to make him more live-action, they dimmed down his colors, so he's more of a grayish black, and just doesn't look as good than the original, where, because it's animation, they play with the colors way more, and he's way more black. Also, because it's animated, they can play with his expressions way more than I've seen in the trailers and stuff. I will say this though, I'll have to look into this. I think at least for some scenes, they do use like an actual puppet, or an actual animatronic for Toothless in the live-action remake, which I will commend the movie for that. I'm glad it's not all just CGI. They actually put effort in the visuals. Unlike Disney nowadays, where they can't even bother to put the superheroes in their superhero suit. Nope, just 3D, just a digital suit, and they'll CGI the suit in later. I agree, because another thing, and the reason why the How to Train Your Dragon remake really pisses me off is it came out, I believe, in 2011. So it is barely, what, 14 years old? And I just think that's way too soon to be remaking shit. I think bare minimum, if you're gonna remake something, either A, the original has to be garbage, because but had a good idea in it, or a good storyline. It was just told terribly, shot terribly, directed terribly, something bad about it. But there was a idea there. So remake it, make it better, make it good. That's what fucking remakes are supposed to be for, in my mind. And second, if you're remaking a classic or whatever to tell a different story, or you think you maybe make the story better, fine, but it has to be a fucking classic. Like around 20, bare minimum, or 30 years. Yeah, I know it for Disney means easy money. Although, Snow White failed at a box office, so at least there's some hope for people not going to see those garbage remakes. Then again, turn around, I see Lilo and Stitch is fucking #1, so... And everyone's praising that fucking How to Train Your Dragon one. Eh. Alright. So we're done with the tail, so now we're moving on to the legs. Then after that, it's going to be that one small spot on the gun. And then we're done with the blue. I'll say this right now. I'd rather have 15 shitty Disney sequels than one shitty Disney remake. Because I think the Disney sequels are way less insulting than these remakes. But there's again an actual artist that loves animation, respects animation, animation world and stuff, and loves it to death. So yeah, I get a little annoyed with live action remakes when they're just the exact same thing. I'm slowly raging. Are you having a hard time on the DLC? Yeah, I can imagine. I think the worst I ever got mad with a video game one of the times I got really mad with video games, funny enough, bring it back to Sonic, is Sonic Adventure 2. Because everything's mapped to one button. And, Sonic Unleashed's last boss. That boss fight sucks. It just sucks. And thank y'all for staying for those ads. I know they just started, so you probably can't hear me, but I greatly appreciate it. They help the channel. And ads are over. Thank y'all for staying for those ads. I greatly appreciate it. They do help the channel. I know sometimes those can be annoying, but gotta kind of look at my point of view. Hey, reason why I run a 3-minute ad break every hour is it gets rid of pre-roll. So you show up within that hour, you don't get any ads until that ad break. Don't worry about it. Okay. I'm just saying. I'll say I am appreciative of you guys not really bitching about the ads. I do appreciate that because I have seen other people in other people's streams bitching about them, and it's like, so you're not a streamer, are you? I am appreciative of that. Yeah. I meant, like, people that they complain about them, but yeah, okay. I was curious about that. I know, I'm always had this weird thing with ads of, I don't give a shit about ads unless they're on TV. Yes, I mean, if you want to bitch about ads, get cable television. Because they are just rampant there. I mean, that's why I don't have a problem with ads as much, just because I grew up with cable television, so it's like 3-minute ads every hour. Yeah, you know what? I would love that for my TV, normal TV, where instead it's like 3 minutes of ads every 5 minutes. I don't know how people watch. Okay, the camera's just slow on my end. I don't know how people watch movies and stuff on cable. I don't, with how many ads there are. Because I would like to, because I remember I saw like the Avengers was on TV, and I just saw the runtime for it on TV, and it was like 3.5 to 4 hours long, which means there's like 2 fucking hours worth of just ads playing in that. And it's like stuff like that, and like cable companies are wondering why everyone are switching to streaming services. Then again, even streaming services are now starting to plug in ads. But again, they're still nowhere bad as cable, so. To me, that's like my line. So long as it ain't as bad as cable television, I don't care. Alright, we almost got this one leg done. Alright, we got that leg done. Now we just got to do the other one. And the gun. We're done with blue. And it's 6:40, so yeah, we should definitely have this piece done today. Did I say 10:40? I mean 6:40. I don't know why I said 10:40. Playing Metal Gear is fun but hard. Yeah, I can imagine from. I've never played any of those Platinum games, but from my understanding, they are incredibly fun, but also incredibly challenging. And because I believe you said you were playing Revengeance earlier in chat. One thing I will say about Revengeance, even though I haven't played the game, I have heard the soundtrack before. And that soundtrack is damn good. And speaking of soundtracks, man, I need more kind of jazzy music like this in my life. I think the main theme song for Metal Gear Revengeance is also Rules of Nature. Which, if you want to hear a really good acoustic cover of Rules of Nature, I can't think of the guy's name on top of my head, but just look up Rules of Nature acoustics on YouTube and it should pop up. There's a really good acoustic cover of that song. That's one of them? Okay, yeah. A Stranger in the Rain. I haven't heard of that one. I'll need to look it up. So that is actually one thing, because really when I say the soundtrack's badass, I really only ever listened to Rules of Nature. I think one or two of the stage themes. But I know it's good just from those that soundtrack's badass. Is it like Sonic, where there's multiple vocal theme songs in that game, or is it just Rules of Nature? on the last layer for this leg, and then we are basically done with the blue. All that's left is the gun. Fun fact about my main scene. Oh, cool. So I'm curious, Prime, have you just played Revengeance, or are you just also a Metal Gear fan too? Because I remember the other day you were playing DMC4, so I know you're a fan of hack and slash. Or character action games. Oh, you had them, but you lost them? Oh, that sucks. I've never played any of the Metal Gear games. I've watched Let's Plays of them, but that's about it. And reviews. Okay, there you go. Would recommend it? Okay. Yeah. I do like stealth games and stuff, so it's been on my radar. Because, you know, kind of broke, so it's one of those, when I have money, I will. Anyway, we got the leg done, so now we just have the little spot on the gun to do. Make sure this is sharp enough. There you go. Alright. That's all the blue done. Let me... just one bit of shading I forgot I need to do on the gun. And then I have gun, I forgot the color. There we go. Yes, she is. Before I do the eye color, we are gonna do the redoing some of the line art, so her hands and stuff it's not blending in so much. Start over here. Okay, I'm glad. So I have noticed the camera has not turned off once during stream. So that's good. So I know how to fix that from now on. Make sure that doesn't happen. There we go. Yep. Alright, there we go. So we did our layer of the line art where all it blends in, so now she's easier to see. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier to notice those spots. Alright, so the only spot left for her to be colored is her eyes, which are pink. Now, my question for you, Prime Video, there's no Prime. Damn it! Prime Zero. I really only have two options for her eyes to be pink. It's either a really hot pink or a normal kind of pink. So, hot pink. All right. Make sure. Haven't done hot pink before, so let me make sure I got it right. Okay. Did a little bit of experimenting here, just a second. Make sure I'm getting the right colors for this. Let's see how this one looks. Alright, it's more pink. What is this? Okay. I don't use pink a lot, so I'm for once actually experimenting and seeing how these pinks work with each other. I think I know the answer, but just make sure. Yeah. Which one of these pinks would you like her eye color to be? Prime. Two is good? Oh, okay. Two was these two. Okay. Get it. Okay, that's okay. There we go. Alright. Anyways, these two. Here we go, Jack. Final stretch. Here we go. And I need to sharpen this. Alright, last layer, chat. Then we're finished with coloring and this drawing will be finished. There we go. And took 3 days, but Aqua is now finally finished. Woohoo! Thank you. I'm glad you like it. No problem. Hey, thank you for showing up on all these streams with her and stuff, and even the ones without her, and for participating, and for following. So I will say, as a reminder, any next art raffles, I think the only one close is if I hit 100 followers on TikTok, I'd be hosting our art raffle. Other than that, it's like Twitch. I think it's the second closest one. Of if I hit 200 there, we'll be doing an art raffle. Or if 20 subs on 20 sub. If I hit 20 subs in a month, for every month, so it becomes infeasible for me to do so. An art raffle will be done up then. Other than that, if any of y'all are wanting art from me and don't want to wait for an art raffle, just a quick little reminder, go into the channel points in here on Twitch. You'll see there is a black and white bust up / chest up drawing redeem. It's a little high up there, but that's for y'all who stick around and are lurking or chatting or just in streams. You want a drawing from me? There you go. You can get a drawing from me that way. Or, we'll mention my commissions are technically open. I don't really promote them very often, but they are open. I like most art, it's pretty cheap. So if you want art from me, there's that way to know. There's another way. There's another avenue. Yeah. Meant to ask this, by the way, chat isn't on slow-mo, right? Because it's not showing out on my phone, but over on my OBS chat box, it says slow mode, and definitely should not be on slow mode. It is on slow mode? Okay, good. I don't know why it keeps on doing that then, because that's like the third or fourth time it showed up saying that. Alright. But Prime Video, I will make sure to get this sent out to you at the end of stream. When stream's off, I'll make sure to send your drawing to you on probably Blue Sky, because I know you're on there. But for now, we have another hour left to stream before I planned on ending. So I say we will be going back to doing my Memorial Day drawing, which is so fucking late at this point now, it's not even funny. But we're gonna be switching gears and working on that, which means I'm gonna change the title of the stream first, and do some of that, so bear with me, let me do that. Okay, yeah. I know it's not too late, it's just, I think by now, when I finally get this Memorial Day drawing, it'll be an exact month since when Memorial Day was. Which I just find funny. That's what happens with art every once in a while, you know, takes time. Okay. Let's see. soup. Let's actually capitalize this. Super late. Nice. Okay, making sure it wasn't capitalized. Day. And let's see. We can take Sonic off, Sonic fan art, and some of the scene off the tags, and put day. Yeah, it'd help if I put the right letters in. Hang on. Okay, I'm gonna actually take a about 5-10 minute break. Family member just showed up real quick, so I want to go say hi to them. So, I'll be back. Until then, I'll just let y'all listen to the soundtrack playing. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. My cousin dropped by, and I haven't seen or talked to him in like 6-7 months, so I just went to go say hi. But now, where was I? Oh yeah. Alright, got the stream information all changed. Activity audio could be a little bit slower to music down just a tad. There we go. Alright, so we will get busy on doing our Memorial Day drawing, and thank you for the welcome back. Yeah. Sure. So for those of y'all that don't remember or weren't here, this is my Memorial Day drawing for this year I'm working on. That is bothering the shit out of me. Hang on. Oh, now it's just loading. Okay, never mind. So yeah. Reason why I drew a Navy guy, by the way, is because my great grandfather was in the Navy. Yeah, great grandfather. So this piece is more to honor him. So yeah. That being said, let's just get back into drawing it. Put the thing behind it. Yeah, I thought so. It was very, not too recent, I learned that he was actually in the Navy, and the only reason why I knew that, I learned that was because, I went with my mom to go visit a few family members that passed away at the graveyard, and we saw that it was literally written on his tombstone, Quartermaster 3 in the Navy. But yeah, I just thought it was since it was Memorial Day, be a nice way to honor him and stuff. I never actually met my great grandfather. He sadly passed, I think, way before I was ever born. Let me make sure this is still on the playlist, by the way, and this isn't playing something else. Okay. Ooh, this is the last song. I'm glad I checked. This is the last song in the playlist. So, I will just get on going to the next. That I'll get on the next playlist now, actually. So I don't worry about shit. Okay, so we're going to the Mania Plus soundtrack. So I ain't fitting for this show. I will say, since we got that the art raffle drawing finished finally, tomorrow I'll be finally going back to playing Marvel Spider-Man 2. So I hope you all get excited for that, because I've been wanting to get back into that. And if you're just wanting art streams, they don't worry, they're not going anywhere. They're still every Saturday, and probably around near the tail end of the month, they're going to be way more focused, because July, Mark Fight happening. And again, in July, it's nothing but art streams. Oh shit. May have to switch out for a different light color blue. I think we're at the tail end for this one. I can't sharpen it any further. Alright. And I can sharpen this, right? Alright. We got a little bit. We got a little bit moving. Well, that's it. Okay, so. I got a little bit of. Okay. Just have to throw that away by now. Good, I at least got all the way up one bit done. Alright. Now we're to the second layer. It's more supposed to be the sky. Like light blue sky in the sea. Well, that's more the idea for me, but. Yeah. We'll have to get a different colored pencil for the third layer since that one I was using ran out. Should have really thought of that, but oh well. See, what time is it? 11:31? Okay, so we got about 29 minutes left in stream for y'all, everybody. Just a heads up. Because I do have a hard cutoff point of 8. Because I am really recently growing into a Thunder fan and just basketball fan. And Thunder are playing tonight, so I want to watch that. They are technically live now playing, but I'm getting another 30 minutes, so I'm able to skip for the ads. So, just a heads up. Don't worry. Don't leave stream yet. It ain't ending now, and we're going to be rating someone. I actually have someone in mind. Hopefully, if they are still on, I want to rate my kind of friend Roy, they're doing their first stream back in a long time. Hopefully they'll be live when I'm done here. Yeah. That Unleashed playlist that lasted a good amount of time for us. Oh, cool. If you would like to share your idea, you feel free to go right ahead. I'd love to hear it. A Wolf OC sort of based on Blade's wood Blade wool design. He was a pain to fight on normal and hard. Oh, cool. So, if I remember correctly, Blade Wolf. Wow, I can dump something. Whatever. Blade Wolf. He was one of those. He's a metal dog, right? So the idea is the sort of Wolf OC be like to use Sonic terms, half or mostly roboticized. Or the idea of it just being more of just a wolf, based off of the wolf from Metal Gear. Like, I guess character-wise, or... To Cyborg and no, my idea to add some stuff. Blade wolf design, like the color, the sharp fur. Yeah, that'd be cool. And like I said, I have a bunch of different raffles that could trigger, so if you want me to draw it, just keep that in mind. Or, I don't know if you have money to spare or whatever, but you could talk to me in like DMs about commissioning that. I'd be happy to draw it for you. No pressure in commissioning, by the way. I'm just bringing it out there. Keep it in mind? Okay, yeah. We're about halfway done with the shading. Or this layer. Not shading. You know, Sonic Mania is one of those Sonic games I haven't played, but I really want to. I really need to. It's a good game, yeah. I've seen it. I really like it. For the looks of it, anyway. My literally only problem with Sonic Mania. It makes me kind of annoyed when thinking about it. So I really wanted a Sonic Mania 2 in that fucking art style, just with nothing but original graphics. And Sega's like, nope, we'll just hire a completely different team and make Sonic All-Stars instead. And it's in 3D. Yeah, I'm not hate on All-Stars. It looks just fine and is a good game on its own. Yeah, it was a dumb move. You know, there's aspects of Superstars I like in its own, but from what I've seen, like that original character for All-Stars, I just really like her design and kind of personality from what we get from the game. It's cute. Man, I think big companies, for whatever reason, think it's like they'll have this mindset they can't do much in pixel art, or people don't like pixel art anymore. And it's like, if you just spent 5 minutes on Steam and just looked up indie games, you quickly realize that nope, people actually really like pixel art and would pay a lot of money for that. Or would buy games that look like that. I mean, case in point, isn't one of the most popular, one of the best Kickstarter games of all time, and just best-selling indie game, fucking Shovel Knight, a game that looks ripped, that for the most part looks ripped right out of the NES era. Which I have actually played Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight's actually a really good game, too. Yeah, I agree. Shovel Knight is a GOAT. I got on my 2DS a long time ago. I really need to get it like on my PS5 or something so I can actually play all the DLC as well. Because on the 3DS version, the one I had anyway, only had Shovel Knight and the first expansion for Shovel Knight. Oh, I would definitely stream it. Any game I mentioned that I want to play, you can pretty much guess that means I'm also going to stream it. And if it's a single player game, you can also pretty much guess I'm also going to be 100%ing that game live on stream. Because I'm a 100%. I'm a completionist. A good one, not the actual shitty completionist, but I complete games. You know, Shovel Knight, from what I remember anyway, wouldn't be that much of a difficult game to 100% complete. If I remember correctly. And that's just a base game. I've never played DLC, so maybe the DLCs would just kick my ass, but oh, okay, that's an R. I just saw the R and the I, and my brain just was like, is that M just missing the middle letter or the middle piece to it? And it's like, nope, that's the I, that's an R and an I. Yeah. A little over halfway done in this shading. I actually shading, I mean layering the second layer. Okay, take bets, guys. Chat, take bets. Will I be able to finish his second layer before 8 o'clock? It's 7:49, for example, right now. BRB? Alright. Take your time, Prime Video. Fuck! Prime Zero? Just working on the drawing. We're almost done with this second layer, actually. I'm back and I heard you ring. Yeah, it's just because I said your name as Prime Video again. When I meant to say Prime Zero. So it's just another, like, little, I'm just mad at myself. Okay, yeah. Okay. Alright, and that's the second layer of the background done. And I had 2 minutes to spare. Woohoo! Alright. So I think I'll use this blue for the last layer. Because it's supposed to be a sky, so that'll should work. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We still got 1 minute. I ain't gonna draw anymore because whether it's only one. Alright, here, I'll get this one spot. I'll get this one little spot. Get that 1 extra minute of stream. There we go. Alright. Showed the drawing out, and it's 8 o'clock. Hit the goal. So, flip this drawing around so you can see it better. So, yeah, so. Not sure if tomorrow I want to do another art stream to get this finished. Might do that. I might actually do 2 little streams tomorrow. Thank you. I might do 2 little streams tomorrow, finishing this guy up. And then, so I can have a good cutoff point, just end stream, and then start a new stream up doing Spider-Man. I probably might do that tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see. But for right now, is the end of our stream. So let me find someone to raid, which I have someone in mind. Hopefully they're still alive. Please still be live. Please still be live. Please still be live. Please still be live. They are! Yay! And they're playing Outlast, apparently. So this is a friend of mine, or kind of friend of mine, I'm not sure. Anyway, it's someone I know that do art. And right now they're playing Outlast. The Outlast Trials. Move out of my way. So yeah, so we're gonna go raid them. They use any pronouns, by the way, so just whatever. They're Roy, and their username is... I'm not actually sure how you say that. But yeah. We're gonna go say hi to her. As soon as I can get their fucking username copied. There we go. Nope. Okay, yeah, I'll just do it on my phone. Raid. B-I-L-E. Shit. Wait. There you are. Start raid. Alright, there we go. Start raid. So, if y'all enjoyed this stream, or if y'all weren't able to catch all this stream, I have a YouTube channel where I post all my VODs there, so you can go sub there and watch them. If you, let me think. You can also follow me on my social media accounts, where I post all my artworks, which Prime. Keep an eye out on Blue Sky. I'll be adding you and posting your Sonic drawing for you there. And yeah, I'll be live again tomorrow. I think I'll be doing another two different streams tomorrow. Art stream finishing this Memorial Day drawing up so I can finally get it up and done. And I will be doing a Marvel Spider-Man 2 1 Punch playthrough stream, which I haven't done in a while, so I'm excited to see that. When we get over to my Roy's channel, make sure you spam my hi emote if you have it. If not, just say hi and be nice. Yeah. Hope everyone has a lovely day or night, or whatever time zone you're in. And yeah, just y'all take care. See you later. Bye.